you can make it like, for example, 80%. 80%, okay, 80% you agree. Friends can understand us better than family. And then the reason. So the reason, right, you think of reason one. Okay, let me clear something. Okay, you think of reason one. Okay, then you think of reason two. Okay, for different paragraph, think of a reason one. Why do you think so? Can you at the same time, right, type some reason in the chat? Okay, why do you think friends can understand us better? Okay, so I'll just discuss here the format, right? You can talk about reason one, reason two, and reason three. And for each reason, you can give an example of a real person or a friend that you imagine, then, or you can just give a reason without an example. Okay, so why do you think friends can understand better? You can also contrast how did the family not understand you better. Okay, so if you agree, right, think of a few reasons, and each reason you can elaborate to a whole paragraph so that you can make the paragraph for essay. Then the other 20% could be something that you may, beg to differ. Okay, so that means maybe I just put there easier for us to know is disagree. Why? Why family? There are still things that friends may not understand you better. Then you give reason one, reason two, reason three. Okay. Then you might think that why do I need to disagree? I already agree because this is to give you a balanced view. Okay. That means, for example, your favorite food, right? Like that means if disagree means family are better. Okay. Family understand you better. So family understands better, for example, in terms of your food, your favorite food, or maybe habits. Okay, they understand your habits. Uh, and then what else they can understand? Perhaps they know your lifestyle or health condition. Health condition, for example, they know that if you sleep later than certain time, you may fall sick. Then they may nag at you a little bit and all that. So okay, this is to show the examiner there is some maturity in you. Okay, that means you 80% you can sell this idea that friends understand you better with reason one. Maybe reason one could be as when I share certain uh difficulties in life, or they can understand better. They do not react more than family. Then you can tell the compare the scenario where when you talk to family in certain issue. Desi wrote is of similar age. Tanya has been there for me and watched me through my silent struggle while my family did not know about it. Okay, so correct. Okay, so this idea is correct. So basically, this is like what I say, the reason one, and then you come up with the uh supportive examples or ideas to support. Okay, so of course, because this is like online, right? You have to type straight away. So I don't think you have time to uh you know think through about your tenses or whatever. So tenses or whatever we put aside, okay? The main things how to create your writing style. Okay, so this is one. So this you can see that this is quite a big paragraph, right? Okay, let's see other idea. Okay, so Lynn's talk about why friends can understand us because similar experience, like you have the same school, you go through the same education system, you have this maybe if it's same class, even you have the same teachers, so understand feelings better, then spend more time with friends because you basically the whole day you spend more time with friends and family. That's a good point. So firstly, we can be more open to our friends compared to our family, as people often feel safer opening up to friends because there's less fear of being judged or misunderstood, and friends can relate to you better compared to your family due to the generation age gap. There's always a saying that they can be more themselves than friends. Okay, this is good. One thing that Jo did is that she include the feeling safer. So do you remember the 1F that I mentioned? You put in your feeling, then that is like adding the cream top to the dessert that you like. So the feeling part is quite important actually. And then Joe also gave an example that he facing friendship issue and the parents did not empathize and brush it off. And he talked about super upset. So this is another feeling part. Okay, then, however, when I shared with my friendship issue with my friends, they could relate to me and empathize with me. So you compare the difference. So actually sympathize is another kind of feeling. So after all that, I felt better compared to me sharing about my problems to family. Thus, I agree that friends understand us better compared to our family. So actually, you link back to your views. That is, you agree that friends understand better. Okay. So, okay. Of course, we know that this is not 300 words. So, this is a good point. You put firstly, right? Then, but if this is the reason, then we combine with what Lynn mentioned earlier. Okay, and then Lynn mentioned about similar age, and then because spend more time. So that one can be paragraph 2. And then you elaborate with your last paragraph. So the thing is that it's like a pot of all kind of different like ideas. So how to knit all together and put them in an orderly manner. That means if you are going to talk about proximity with your friends, then this whole paragraph, you can talk about proximity in terms of feeling, sharing, spending time about friends. Okay, then second paragraph, you can talk about how you spend your time with family and what is your experience with family. And when you feel upset, you go to your friends, then you feel better. Then the third part, you can contrast a bit more about between friends and family. Okay, but at the before conclusion, right, usually having said nevertheless, or on the other hand, we cannot deny that family did spend a lot of time with us, taking care of us from since young, and they provide us a food and shelter. However, in terms of emotional connection, I feel closer to friends. Perhaps then you put a fair view. Perhaps I need to work on how to approach my family if I need to be more open about certain important topic. For example, like we want to choose what school, you still have to talk to them. Okay, then Desi asks, what if I also closely knitted to my family? Then you change your view to 50-50. Okay, so if Desi choose to say 50-50, then you think of how to make it so uh okay, so Desi want to put 2 friends and 2 family paragraph, two paragraph about friends and the other 2 paragraph about family. Yes. Okay, however, you won't be able to avoid completely just friends and family as 2 different paragraph, because as you conclude, because every paragraph, right, there is a little conclusion for every paragraph. Okay, every paragraph you will say, okay, for example, you talk about your friends in one paragraph and how you find very closely connected emotionally with your friends. Okay, then you want to contrast. Like on the other hand, when I tried to confide in my family, the way they look at me, I find that not very comfortable and not really accepted. So I may keep quiet about it. Then hence talking to friends make me feel more comfortable than family. So somehow your family come in. Okay, so even you say two paragraph friends and two paragraph on family, it's more like which one more. That friends paragraph, you will mention friends more, and then you use a family to contrast the good relationship with friends. And the other two paragraphs, you talk about how, however, on the other hand, I enjoy family outings with my friend, as my mother would show me concern if she knows that I'm tired, she will not, she will leave me alone, let me rest. And like when I hungry, she would not like impose that I must eat together with family. She will try to uh give me some snacks while I doing my O-level revision, something like this. So you can give example. Hence, I do feel uh like grateful to my family support during the stressful time. Family is for life, and I without family, I would not have opportunity to meet my friends. So I appreciate both of them. So so your conclusion has to be to show the 50-50. Uh, let's say if you are a 50-50, right, you definitely have to bring out your family member character there. Like is your mom, you're closer, or maybe your sister always allow you to use a laptop when you need help or whatever, or you do certain things and ask your sister, because sometimes sister also similar age, right? So because there are also other students, they are at disadvantage because maybe single child, so you can't talk about sibling. Therefore, definitely friends better because there's no or even similar age but different gender, they don't understand what girls like. Boys, they do not like certain things that girls like. So there's different. Everyone is different. So what I'm saying is that there's no uh right or wrong. It's more of the way you craft your writing. Is it according to your stance? That means what you say in your first line. Okay, you say friends can understand us better than family. Going through, similar education system, I find that friends and understand me better than my family. Uh, and they willing to give me listening ear. So if you keep telling good points about friend, right, then the teacher know that you definitely is 80-20. You choose friends over family. So after you wrote that, so when you start to break down the clear reason one, two, three in the different paragraph, and give some example, think of you can even think of, if let's say you are very comfortable doing argumentative essay, you can just write like generic the reason and all that. Example, just one or two like one. But if you are not comfortable, you are more comfortable doing narrative, right? You can change this, add the narrative um aspect into this topic. For example, you can say, think of something that, for example, when you're not well in school, or you fell down, your friend patiently wait for the teacher to come to assist you to the sick bay, or you wait for you to feel better at the canteen while it's already time to go to the class, but your friends choose to stay with you. And uh and during the whole day, you feel comforted. Even if the sick bay, your friends will come and visit you in between classes. So you can give a very clear example how your friend help you, but not exaggeration, just a little bit, like a short story. If you are more comfortable with narrative, you worry you cannot write very well in argumentative, so you add just one story there, and therefore, since that incident, we become closer and we become best friends, for example. Okay, then you say that from this incident, I find that if there's something happened to us in school, friends will be the one that find out first before family. Hence, it's important to build good friendship. As friends is in the same, we share the same school environment, learning environment than family. So your story can support your views. So if you choose your stand, make sure you choose a story that support what you choose. Okay, then before you conclude, to be fair lah, okay, because you want to show the examiner that you're not biased, like you don't want your teacher to think that, oh, like then your family, they are like not grateful, like, oh, your family, how does a family means to you, right? So before you conclude, you one paragraph talk about a family and talk about the positivity about family, and then but in the conclusion you can say no doubt family are for life, you know, they without them I will not know my friends. However, friends play a important part in my growing up, as they understand me better and I can confide in them when I need like any when I need someone to be there to support, right? So that part, you will give a fair conclusion.